going on, everybody? It's your boy cousin Chris, warehouse check-in. Oh man, we I actually looking online tonight. It's a dope interview online. If you didn't check it out, my boy Lil Jon did an interview with Joe and John from New York Times. It was a great interview, and I definitely appreciate him bringing up the Phoenix nightclub, the warehouse slash the warehouse. We're gonna start off with that tonight. Um, but the only thing that my concern is that we it's two groups. You have the first group was dope. You get what I'm saying? They started. They was the beginning. They definitely had a vision. We had just, they had a few things, a few mishaps. The way they started everything and the way they ended. There was a little bit of money laundering going on. It was murders. It was, and plus, it was part of like one of the worst incidents in Atlanta. Dealing with the Fred Tokar um, killing. Fred Tokar. If you Google, you'll find out everything you need to find out. But we're gonna move on past that. But the first group was and mixed up in that situation, and they started I think like 1989 and to like 1992. So while I'm up here, been promoting the whole time. It's the Warehouse nightclub. Um, they changed the name because the Phoenix name had got so corrupted. Um, we just, and it was a whole new management that took over. We had David Hampton and Philip Bone. Um, like I said, they pretty much took over from 1992, the end of 92 to the beginning of 93 to 2004. So, but like I said, we're going to go back to this, checking out this interview, amazing interview. My boy Lil Jon, my boy Usher. Shout out to Usher. He's definitely a warehouse legend. Um, this recapping on Lil Jon with John and Joe on the New York Times. We're gonna check out this video, and then we just gonna just come back and talk about
Like, take us back to like Phoenix and all that stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you were there like as a teenager, right?
No, Phoenix was early 90s. I was probably 20s.
Okay, early 20s.
Yeah. So I started everybody's first strip club everybody's first club.
We'll get to the first.
Was this strip club in the West End. I forgot the name of it at the time. It's actually still open. Was it Montrese? I think it was a club called Montrese. It was a club in the West End, but you could be 15, 16 because they didn't serve alcohol. So this was like my first club experience.
Okay.
And then I don't remember what other clubs I went to, but I eventually made it to, I got the Phoenix. So the Phoenix turned into one of the quintessential clubs in the city because it was the first kind of big club that brought New York and other areas talent to Atlanta. When Atlanta had typically been more about the bass and just kind of Southern rap.
All booty shake stuff.
Yeah, like not all booty shake, but yeah, it was more Southern.
Yeah.
And this was the first club where you had the college kids from the AUC would come, and you just had more of a diverse. The drug dealers were there. Yeah. The Magic City Girls was there. So you had all types of people, and we played a mix of. We didn't really play bass. We didn't play none of that, but we played all of the hip hop. dance hall.
And this is like
classic,
in the mid-90s, kind of.
Early 90s.
Because Biggie played Phoenix, I think.
Yeah.
Me and my crew, BME, we brought Biggie and Craig Mack to Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
On the that was when they're promoting
the Big Mac tour.
Big Mac tour.
Biggie opening for
and
Matt
that
Wild.
was because of me. I knew the rep from Arista, so I called her and convinced her to, say, hey, it's a radio date. Yeah, I'm on the radio because I'm on the radio, and but I'm not the music director.
Right.
I got a show on the radio, but I can't get your record at it. So that turned into some drama, but we brought Craig and Biggie there, and so this was the club where ODB. It's a notorious story. ODB was there one night. We used to have Freestyle Friday.
Okay.
Right. So Goody Mob used to be the Lumberjacks. It was just Timo and Cujo. They were the Lumberjacks. They would come do the Friday night thing. So a lot of artists would come do this Friday night freestyle. This one night, ODB there, he freestyles. Nobody reacts.
Oh man, we gonna just kind of skim through it. Just before he gets into it, or the story about to be over with. But that night was so funny because ODB was on the run at the time, and once we got word that we could get them down at the warehouse, man, it was a wrap. I just remember fast forward, me and Duran, I counted like $2,000 in his hand. His brother was a good friend of mine. They call him Woo. You know what I'm saying? So he was from he was a dude from New York, but he was always representing the Wu-Tang Clan. And back then it was a lot of characters. It was a lot of characters back then. So I was fresh from Ohio, so a lot of times it was like, whatever. You gotta show me. Basically, you just had to show me back then. So once I really got the word that he was in town, they got him to the Ryan Camera show, and they found out he was gonna be at the warehouse. I'm talking about one day, that place was probably at least 3,000 people plus another 600, 1,000 people outside. It was ridiculous. So he's basically talking about that story. And like I said, and he actually went against one of our top champions at the warehouse. On I got to go back in here. One of the guys, I'm talking about every week he would be him. I think and his brother would just murder people. So they brought him on stage, and they actually went back and forth. It was a nice little battle, but first of all, Old Dirty Bastard turned the warehouse out. This was when Fantasy came out, and he played all his hits. But when it came to this battle was this unbelievable. You get what I mean? And basically he lost, and he just shot up in the air like Lil Jon said. He did jump off the stage and run out. Then one homeboy put online that he went to after he left, they jumped in the car, went to Stone Mountain, and they went out to Frozen Paradise to finish the night. So basically we're gonna go back and to finish the interview, and then we're gonna just go on with the conversation.
He pulls out a gun, shoots in the air, and then the crowd went silent, and they split. He jumped off the stage, and walked down the center, and walked right out the door. But this was crazy. But this was the club where, we brought Mary J. Blige was there. I've seen, we brought Yo-Yo. We brought leaders of the new school there. Mm-hmm. Of course, Biggie, Craig Mack. So all of the hip hop and the big groups at that time would kind of come through this club. And this is also where JD was every week.
Sure.
TLC was there.
Sure.
Arrested Development was there.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Austin and all of that, his crew was there. So this was what all of the local talent was there too, because we're trying to achieve that. I mean, we're trying to achieve that